Hi everyone! In this video I will be demonstrating a SQL injection on a vulnerable web application. I'm using a VirtualBox VM running Kali Linux, but it is not completely necessary for this particular example because the example is simple enough that no external tools are needed. The site I'm going to show you could be cracked in any OS or browser, but just for the record I'm using Firefox and Kali. So, here we are at hackthisSite.org, which is a great resource for learning to hack and testing your skills. Performing a SQL injection on a site that you aren't supposed to is a felony, so that's why we're using a challenge intended for this purpose, instead of just going out and finding a vulnerable web application somewhere else. Even though that's all too easy to do really, because SQL injections are one of the most common types of attacks, even though they're also one of the easiest to prevent. The training challenge I will demonstrate here is Hack This Site's realistic mission number 2, called Chicago American Nazi Party. The description for this challenge reads, "Racist pigs are organizing an anti-immigrant rally in Chicago. Help anti-racist activists take over their website," which seems like a worthy cause to me. So, let's begin the challenge. Here's a bit of further description. To summarize, basically we have to gain access to their administrator page to complete the challenge and stop the Nazi Party. Alright, so clicking on that link takes us to this lovely website, which is basically just an HTML formatted page with a few racist GIF images and some fake blog posts about what the Nazis are up to next. There's no obvious place to inject code on this site. Next we have to look at the source code to see if there's anything in that. So, the source code is as simple as the website was and mostly consists of HTML and CSS formatting. These clickable links in the code go to those lovely pictures on the bottom of the webpage we saw earlier, so those aren't useful. What we need is this update.php link. And here's the code for that. It's a basic username password form. This is where we'll actually perform the SQL injection. A lot of performing a SQL injection is thinking creatively and coming up with different pieces of code to inject into the site you're trying to break. There are lists online called cheat sheets that are available all over the place and cover a number of different lines of code that you can try, but quite a bit of this is just trial and error. So my first attempt at breaking into the site is using the name admin for the username and a single tac or apostrophe as the password. We submit this, and obviously it didn't work, and we get the invalid login response, plus a few choice words from the Nazis. Great, let's try something else. My second attempt is using the same username, admin, and xtac as the password. Once again, this doesn't work, but as you can see, the site is interpreting the password as SQL code, proving that this site is vulnerable to SQL injection. Now let's try injecting a few more pieces of code in both the username and password field. This time I'm trying the phrase x equals x : space as the username and keeping xtac as the password. Here are a few more attempts. In this attempt, I'm trying to use a Boolean variable to essentially trick the site into thinking the login info is correct. The phrase I'm using for both the username and password here is xtac or 1 = 1 : space. This works, and we've completed the challenge for Hack This Site. As you can see, finding the right code to inject can be challenging, so it's good to reference the cheat sheet and go through the different possibilities systematically. Thanks for watching!